Hello, everybody. How you doing? My name is Joe Labalsamo, and we are live with Auto Recruiting Platform slash ARP. And what we're going to talk about tonight is how to build a customer base, how to make money off that customer base, how an auto recruiting platform can help you do that. And we're all going to share a little bit about ourselves and just let you know that you can even make money online. If you've never made money online, you can make money online with Auto Recruiting Platform. If you're a network marketer, affiliate marketer, you definitely want to check out Auto Recruiting Platform because of its unique two-way SMS technology where you build a cell phone list and you can actually communicate through your list with a cell phone. Very, very powerful. And my name is Joe Labalsamo, and then below we have Carl, we have Lance, and then Mark from down under from Australia. Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight, like always.
Absolutely.
And
Pleasure.
all right. And so, Mark, why don't you go ahead and kick us off? We're going to try to keep this under an hour tonight, guys, because it is Friday, and I didn't eat dinner, man. I want to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm starving now, bro. I can't wait to eat a sandwich or something. But so go ahead, Mark. Why don't you kick us off? Tell everybody a little bit about ARP and how you came across it and that type of thing.
Okay, hello everyone. It's Mark here from Oz, from Australia. It's a sunny. No, it's not. I'm just having a look out a window here. It's overcast, and but yeah, look, it's a pleasure to be on the call with you all. Effectively, ARP. How I came across it is I was looking for a system. Well, I call myself the lazy marketer. I basically do as little as I can, and that's what I was looking for. I was looking for something that would take the stress and the worry out of marketing, because to be frank, it's just, it does your head in. There's just so many things that are on the internet these days, and where do you start? I come from just an average background, and yeah, I wanted to get involved in a business with my friend, and I said to him, look, mate, the only way I'm going to get involved with you is if I can find something that will automatically recruit people, pretty much hands off, and I don't have to worry about it too much. I knew that the technology would be there now, but I just basically I went out and searched for it, and I came across ARP. ARP, if for most people on the Hangout tonight, the whole point is it revolves around your cell phone or your mobile phone, which is really where the industry is going. Emails now are sort of disappearing in how can I say, in readability. There's big changes with Google, Yahoo. They're making emails harder to get through. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the next generation of system. And that's me, mate. So back to you, Joe. Hello.
Okay. So you're looking for the next generation of system. So guys, understand that. All right, there's two groups of people that are watching this right now. There are people that were invited here because they've been to our auto recruiting platform website, but they've never done a business online. And then on the other hand, we have probably marketers that are watching this. All right. So wherever you fall, this ARP is for you. It will help you out. So if you've never made money online, ARP has a nice commission structure to it. As you go out and promote it, you make commissions, okay, residual commissions, and commissions off your team efforts as well. So if you've never made any money online, ARP is a great system to plug into and get started because it uses cutting-edge technology, all right, and it's very simple. It's the simplicity of the system. It's very simple. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons I got started with it is because of the cell phone. Because the cell phone is where it's at today. Everybody's using it, and it's just gonna tablets and all this other stuff. People are carrying everything with them, the internet with them, and because of texting, everybody needs to look at their cell phone. You know, it goes off right away. You're instantly looking, and you're like, hey, what's going on? And what that means is more eyeballs on your offer. That means more sales. More eyeballs, more sales. And so there's three ways to make money online. And I'm talking to the people that are here looking to make money online, perhaps never made money online. And you build a list. That means a customer base. You build relationships with that list. And then you monetize that list, which means sell them stuff. Or if you're a network marketing or affiliate marketer, your products and services, or recruit them into your opportunity. And that's the three main elements of building a successful online business. But it takes work. And there's a lot of things out there that there's a lot of stuff out there where you got to oops, hold on a second, guys. Something just opened up on my computer. Where you got to I lost my train of thought. Well, you got to blog, you got to write articles, you got to do videos, you got to do this. You know, you got to. People are trying to build their own website, for crying out loud, and they're not even a techie guy or a techie guru or something like that. And this is the stuff that people get stuck in when they start a online business. And then what happens is they fail. They can't. They don't make money, or they're being taught the wrong thing. With auto recruiting platform, it's a simple system you can plug into, do a few steps, and then boom, you're off and running. And then it's just a matter of sending people to your website, which we have you covered. We can send as many people to your website and build that list, build relationships with that list, and then make money from that list. And yeah, because of the cell phone and a two-way texting platform, that was really what caught my eye and then got me started with this thing. So, and that's me. And why don't Lance? We'll go right down the line. And Lance, why don't you go for it, man?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Joe, and welcome to everybody that's here tonight. Well, I ran into ARP some time ago, and at the time I was looking for some type of a tool to build a business. I had been involved in the network marketing business, and I did pretty well in some and not so well in others. But one thing that I realized was that there were people that were building network marketing businesses and other types of businesses using online tools, and I didn't know where to go for that. So I went in search of something that would help me build a business, because I've always admired the business model of MLM, and it always intrigued me. But I didn't want to do it the old-fashioned way, the way that I originally did it, and that was one person at a time, or house meetings, or driving halfway across the country. So I was looking for the lazy man's way to do it, kind of like Mark. You know, I wanted to be able to put several people through the system and have it do several things. I wanted multiple elements to a tool or a system. You know, something that was going to keep track of everything in my back office, something that was going to be, I would be able to monetize, be able to make money in more than one way from it. I wanted something that was going to take me out of the equation and help other people become successful without my necessarily having to be there. And what I mean by that is that when I built my business, I was fairly good at approaching people and talking to people and building a business, but that's something that was not duplicatable, because a lot of people are not. And I wanted something that was going to make it possible for others to succeed too, to level the playing field, if you would. And so that's what I was looking for. And when I found ARP, it turned out to be everything that I was looking for, and so much more. There are so many levels to this that we're not even going to touch on tonight. It's absolutely astounding as to the size and the vision of this whole program. But it did meet the needs that I was looking for to build that kind of a business. And so it is something that is something that will run on autopilot pretty much. Take me out of the equation and give me the freedom, because anytime you build a business, if you're tied to that computer, you're tied to that business, you don't have freedom. You've just got another job, basically. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted something that was going to give me time freedom and money freedom to do the kind of things that I wanted to do. And as a serendipity, if you will, this tool also has an income opportunity attached to it, which I wasn't looking for at the time. I was simply looking for a tool to build a business. And I got a text from a friend. He said, "Have you ever heard of ARP?" I said, "No, what's ARP?" So he said, "Well, you got to check this out." I went online and I just followed right through the videos. There's a couple of videos that are involved. If you are this far, you may have seen a couple of those videos. But one important step that I took that many people have not taken yet, and that is to fill out the application. If you click on the link down below, click on that link, take the time to fill out the application, then you can make an informed decision, because without the complete information, you cannot make an informed decision. So I recommend highly that you take the time to do that. You will find that whatever kind of business that you're trying to build, this has an element or a part of the system that is going to help you to do that. And so I filled out the application, and I was accepted. I was very pleased. I was excited because not everybody is accepted. And then once you become a member, you will understand the power of that, because you can choose the people that you want to work with. If people don't meet your criteria, then you don't have to accept them into business. So it's a pretty amazing system that we have here. So it's everything that I was looking for and more, and I'm getting more excited every day as we get move on down the pike here and get closer to the launch of the full system. And yeah, it's something that I'm very excited about. Look forward to seeing you on the inside. Take the time, fill out that application. Come join us on the inside. It's more than worth it. Thanks, Joe. Back to you.
Yeah, auto recruiting platform really really simplifies the process for people to make money online, especially if they've never been in a business before, because there is a lot of opportunities and systems out there, and if you're new, it can be a challenge. There's a lot of videos to watch, there's a lot of coding you need to do, a lot of stuff that could really make you want to quit the next day. And I know I've been doing this since 2008, and I've been through all that stuff. And today, fast forward today, I understand it's about systems. See, when we say systems, we're talking about websites that sell and tell for you. We're talking about a system, websites that build your own customer base. We're talking about following up with those customers to build relationships and make even more sales. And that is what, when we say system, we're talking about a system is basically what you use to promote a product or service to people on the internet. So you don't have to be the salesman. So you don't have to face rejection. So you don't have to do any of that. So you don't have to talk to your friends and family if you don't want to. And when we're saying system, we're talking about the whole selling machine in and itself. So go ahead, Carl. How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. It's good to be back on the Hangout, and I want to welcome you all for joining us tonight. And we all got to ARP on different tracks, different avenues to the same destination, as if you would. My search for ARP was born out of necessity. My wife and I had recently relocated to a new city. We both had jobs and careers that we worked from home, and so we didn't know anyone. And we had to really figure out a way how to get outside of our four walls to establish a business and try to do things to supplement our income, and to really start trying to establish a beachhead for retirement on our terms, as opposed to just someone shooing you out of the side door once your time is up. So we really had to find a way to reach out to the World Wide Web at large from our home. And I started a search one Sunday, saw an ad, watched the video, and was in disbelief from what I was looking at, because if you've been looking at it for any point in time or any length of time, you've seen a lot of stuff out there that doesn't really live up to its billing. But I followed the process, and it did. I mean, it satisfied all of my curiosity. It answered questions. I didn't know I had until I got to a point, and I was like, well, how would you do that? And the next element of the video was explaining how the thing works. It wasn't just all pie in the sky, just wasn't all selling a dream. The videos were really getting into concepts and methods and practices of how this system, ARP, gets you out of the four walls, gets you out of your own limitation that you place on yourself, and let the system do the work for you. I mean, it really is a mechanized, auto-replicating process. It really is. They really could have used the R really could have been replicating instead of recruiting, because it does allow you to replicate your efforts on a global scale. I mean, I have people on my list from countries I couldn't find on the map. On the globe. So it has broad reach. It's broad reach, and it's something that you really should take a look at because, guys, the type of work I do, my wife and I do, it's not uncommon for a lot of companies to hire people to work from home now. Just the complex I live in now, it's a big condo complex. 80% of the people that live on this property work from home. And 5% of those people homeschool their children from home. So this is a larger trend that is taking place in corporate America, and we work for Fortune 500 corporations. So the daily commute where you get a chance to meet someone at lunch or meet someone, the old-fashioned way where those old opportunity training session would teach you. Not only did it not work, these days it's not applicable. I mean, you're not going to be put in a position where you can do that. So it would behoove you to try to find something that's going to help you get out into the world at large and use a system that has its own sifting mechanism involved. It has a way of sorting out those who want to select themselves to learn more, so that you don't have to face rejection. And it really kind of turns you to more of a professional marketer as opposed to someone who has been taught to puke over everyone you see about your opportunity. Because the thing that, I don't know if you've kind of gathered this just yet, but ARP is really opportunity agnostic, as the way I put it. It's not an opportunity. It's a tool that you can put your opportunity into and then market it that way, or you can just market the tool. Because honestly, that's all I do. I just market the tool itself because I would rather appeal to a wider audience as opposed to trying to appeal to someone who has bought into team, product X or product Y. Let them battle that out, but they all have the same problem. They don't have quality traffic, and they don't have a self-replicating system. But ARP does. So that's what I do. I introduce that solution to a problem they know they have, and it takes care of itself from there. So like Lance said, I can't reiterate it enough. Click on that link. If you're here, you got here. You kind of went through a few changes to find this thing. So do yourself a favor and keep going. Click on that link, fill out the application, and see what we're talking about. Okay. Right, Joe. Back to you.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So when it comes to making money online, a lot of the time people ask, well, okay, now I got a tool. I'm ready to make money online, but how do I get people to my website? And I will tell you and be honest with you that getting people to your website is probably the biggest challenge people have, because they think everybody is their target market, and everybody is not your target market. You have to know who you're going after. You got to know how to get that website in front of them and how to start building that list, that customer base. And the great thing about Auto Recruiting Platform and our team is that we have the traffic for you. It's available for you. So it's so simple that you can come in and start buying traffic and go. That's it. It's literally watch a few videos, do a couple of actions, and then boom, we can start getting traffic to you and start building that list. Because that's what you have to do. You have to build a customer base in order to promote your product to. And like Carl was saying, ARP is a tool to help marketers build their business, do it more effectively via two-way SMS technology. And I got to tell you, it really is really awesome and very effective way to promote your products and services. So if you're already in a business, ARP is a great place to plug your business into. If you're not in a business, it's a great place to earn some income and really plug into a system that's already doing everything for you, making it really easy for you. I remember when I started in this industry in 2008 in a network marketing, a juice company, and there's some good stuff too, man. I mean, you know, my coach at the time told me I needed to make a list of my friends and family and call. And I got to tell you, it wasn't fun, all right? It wasn't fun at all. And then after I did that, they told me to buy these leads online, which is not what you want to do. And I was cold calling. I cold called so many people, thousands upon thousands of people on the phone, all hours of the night. I was not spending time with my family. I was facing rejection left and right from people. Where'd you get my name from? Take my name off your list. I never requested this information. All kinds of crazy things. Because I didn't know. I thought, you know, these are the kind of leads you're supposed to use. But in essence, that's not how it was done. And then over a period of time, what I did was I found a couple of people online. And I kind of, they were my mentors. They became good friends of mine. And they told me about this concept of building your list, building relationships with that list, and then monetize your list. And the biggest thing was that really caught me was providing a solution. That was the thing. If they were saying if you could provide a solution to a targeted group of people that are looking for a way to do things better, build their business better, you're going to make a lot more money. And it was true. So I finally found a platform, a blueprint to run on to be able to make money online. And fast forward to today, it's, you know, it's much better. It's a lot easier because back then we didn't have all these systems we got now. We didn't have all the recruiting platform. We didn't have all this stuff, you know, telling and selling and sales videos and everything. The system does all telling and selling for you. All you have to do is get people to your website, which we can show you how to do, and that you have access to when you click that button below and get started. You guys, any of you guys wanted to share anything else?
Yeah, I'll still chime in for just a minute. You know, a lot of people seem to get hung up on that $4.95 application fee.
Mm-hmm.
And it just astounds me. It's one of the best investments that you'll ever make in your life. You know, most people spend more than that getting a latte, you know, on a daily basis. So we're talking about $4.95 to get a full disclosure or complete information so you can make an intelligent decision. It's really a no-brainer. When if you thought whatsoever, I know I didn't hesitate. I think $4.95, that's cheap. You know, I tipped the valet parking guy $5, you know, $10. I said, you know, this is something that can completely change your future, and so it really astounds me when I realized.
Hey Lance, you're cutting in and out.
I'm cutting in and out.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I say, it really astounds me when people hesitate and balk at that $4.95. Believe me, we are not getting rich off that $4.95. You know, that is simply a tool that is built into the system to help weed out the people that are not willing to spend that $4.95. And you'd be surprised at how many people are not. And those are not the people that we're looking for. If they're not willing to invest $4.95, they probably don't have what it takes to build this business, as simple as it is. You know, I realize that they do have it, but if they're not willing to invest $4.95, it's not going to happen. So,
exactly. They'll make great customers, but not so much great business partners, you know. And that's perfectly fine. Everybody has their lane to fill.
exactly.
One of the things and Lance, like, you know, I'm equally amazed at how some people will let some things, you know, a anthill become like a mountain to them, or a speed bump turn into like, you know, a bird, something incrossable path, something across the path. But you know, it's you have to answer this question: would you rather live with a regret or disappointment? Because you're gonna make that kind of, people who let those things kind of get in their way. You're making that kind of choice. I met a dude named Lloyd. I'm not going to give his last name. Lloyd used to work. This was an old opportunity I worked for long years ago in the financial services business. Lloyd was in his late 50s, early 60s, and he was really working the business as hard as he could. You know, he would get up and tell his story, and it wouldn't be a dry eye in the room, because Lloyd let what seemed to be it was really barely a pimple, but he turned that into some type of, you know, Quasimodo growth. He just allowed that little roadblock to turn into the Grand Canyon for him. And he had an opportunity, long story short, he had an opportunity to be one of the founding members of Federal Express. and he let his wife talk him out of it, because this guy Fred Smith didn't really sound like he knew what he was doing. And when he would tell that story, and this was, I lived in Memphis at the time, you know, and I was like, Lord, you got to be kidding me. He's like, I could have been one of those guys at FedEx Field, on the you know, one of the chairman, one of the chairman club. I'm like, God, but this is what we're talking about. Yeah. You can let what seems to be so small, what seems to be really large to you, you got to understand that you're looking at it through a distorted lens. You are in a fun house right now. You're in a fun house. And the things that you're looking at right now look really distorted. So I would really hope that you take the next 35 minutes that we're going to be speaking with you to just remove that lens from your eye and just see what we're talking about. Really clearly see what we're talking about, because trust me, you do not want to be Lloyd. You don't want to be that guy or that gal or that guy's gal. So do yourself a favor. $4.95 is nothing. It is nothing, and one day, just to get a sneak peek of this is going to cost way more than $4.95. I guarantee you. So please do yourself a favor.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. You know, opportunity is never missed. It's just taken by the right person.
Boom.
Right? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, I guess the question you got to ask yourself is, I mean, if you're on here and you're watching this, you're here because there's an interest. You want to do something better for your life. And so the question you got to ask yourself is, are you going to let another opportunity pass you by? You know what I mean? How old are you? Are you in your 40s now? You know, are you going to be able to retire? You know your employer hates you. Well, he doesn't care about you at least. You know that. All right? You're just a number to them. You know they're outsourcing jobs left and right. The economy is in the toilet. And I'll tell you what's not in the toilet, though, is entrepreneurship. You see, back in the day, it was jobs, right? It was jobs back in the day. You had jobs. Now it's a shift. Now it's innovation. It's automation. It's entrepreneurship.
Amen.
And the people that shift from the job mentality to this side is the only way you are going to be able to make it in this world. I'm telling you, there are not many choices. Entrepreneurship, automation, and this is where it's all at. And you need to get with the program, because the reality is, you know, jobs are non-existent. You know, I remember back in the 80s, man, I could walk across the street and get a job. Quit that job, go across the street and get another job.
In the 90s too, yeah.
You know, you remember that? There's so many jobs, man. Now, you got to move to like other states and everything to find a decent job, hopefully. You got to move your family and everything. I mean, come on. Why do that when you can join a group of people like us who are very experienced, make money online, build residual income, build it big, and live your dream lifestyle, leveraging the massive power of the internet. You know, the internet's been around for a while now, but I got to tell you, it still hasn't grown to where it needs to be. With all this technology. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Carl? It hasn't even scratched the surface, man.
Joe, let me add a little flavor to what you just said, because you just said a mouthful. The internet is the internet is still stumbling. I mean, it is not even a toddler yet. I'm going to mention a guy's name that you guys have probably never heard of, but you will. Jack Ma. Jack Ma is 50 years old today. Who is Jack Ma? Jack Ma was a nobody 10 years ago when he started a little small company, teetering on the edges. He was broke on his last leg at 40. Jack Ma is the guy that brought Alibaba to an IPO today on New York Stock Exchange. Jack Baba, on his birthday, earned $18 billion today. What is Alibaba, Carl? I'm so glad you asked. Alibaba is the Chinese version of Amazon and eBay combined.
Yeah, heard about that.
It's larger than Amazon and eBay. It's 100% internet. And this dude has just surpassed Facebook. This was the largest IPO in human history. It happened today. And this man has been toiling in obscurity while the internet was just getting off the ground. And the internet is like here right now, y'all. And the man just earned $18 billion today.
Oh man.
This
That's
is where
awesome.
and he's not even using mobile.
Yeah.
He's not even on mobile. This is on a legacy platform. He just copied Amazon and eBay, but to a larger market that's now coming online. But this is what Joe is saying. The reason the jobs are not where they used to be is because that whole shift has taken place. The middle class is being built where it's daylight right now, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the middle class is being built. It's not over here like it used to be. Now, the innovation is still here, and this is what this call is about tonight. This call is how you can become an innovator. Because if you're looking for a job, they're over there now. And he's selling to those folks who want to buy stuff we used to buy on Amazon and eBay. It's a big old whole world where it's daylight over there right now. As a matter of fact, Mark is on that side of the world where it's Saturday. It's already Saturday over there. And these people are buying stuff on Alibaba. But he brought his business to market on our stock exchange. This is what's happening, people. You understand what I'm saying to you? What's happening is that the shift is taking place live. And this is your opportunity to catch this next wave of what's happening here. So I just want to add that to what you were saying, Joe.
That's phenomenal, bro. That's awesome, brother. Because I got to tell you, man, if you listen to what Carl is saying, guys, you need the internet. You got it. The only way to do business in this world is with the internet. If the internet crashed tomorrow and it ceased to exist, the world would crumble.
It would rank up there with the bubonic plague.
Yep, you ain't kidding, bro. You ain't kidding. And that's how important. But the great thing about the internet, guys, it gives you so much opportunity. That's the thing. If you just have the right opportunity, the right people, the right support, and the right platform, you can do really well. And the desire to do well. You gotta want to do it. I mean, 1% doubt does not equal 100% faith in this business. If you're not all in and mentally and ready to do this and do what you need to do to make it happen and not listen to anybody, it's not going to happen for you.
Right.
You got to know that you want to do it. But on the other hand, we keep things simple for you. Auto recruiting platform is very simple. Like I said before, you do a few steps and you're off and running, man. You're ready to go and start running your own home-based business, your own internet business. It's absolutely tremendous.
So many pieces that are already in place. You don't have to be a computer expert. You don't have to be a marketing expert. You don't have to be an expert at anything. If you have the basics as far as being able to get on your computer and write an email or just go to your back office and send text messages, you don't have to be the expert in any field to operate this system. It is so it's a business in a box, is the way it's described at times. And Carl was saying that Alibaba is there, and their purpose is to save you money. Amazon's purpose is to save you money. Walmart's purpose is to save you money. The purpose of this is to make you money, and that was a point that Don made in his talks. And Carl was talking about regret and the weight of. I think Jim Rohn put it in something like this. He said that action weighs ounces, but regret weighs pounds.
Yes.
I like that, man.
That's strong. I'm writing that down. Yeah.
Put a few ounces of action rather than looking back to it a few years down the road at the regret, because that regret's going to weigh heavy. So you got to do something. If it's not this, do something.
Yeah. I mean, well, you think about it. I mean, we could probably all look back, Lance, and just see the massive amounts of regret.
Oh.
I mean, we could literally. I mean, if you could actually immerse yourself into it and probably kill yourself.
Yeah.
You know, man. I mean, I'll tell you what, man. If I could be born again, which I am, but if I could be born again and then start all over again, Man, I'd be rich.
Oh, how many times? How many different ways?
Richer.
Could you be rich? Oh, man, yeah, right. How many different ways could you do it? Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, knowing what we know now, and I mean, I would have hit that email thing when it first came out. I would have been like, oh, it would have been great.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway,
Probably would have bought
and
stock in a fruit company, wouldn't you?
say again.
Yeah.
You probably would have bought some stock in a little fruit company named Apple.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Absolutely. Oh man.
you ain't kidding, bro. That's for sure, and a few others out there too.
Yeah, you got that right. Google. Oh my goodness. Bitcoin. I would have bought Bitcoin when it was 7 cents per coin.
Absolutely,
I mean,
man.
How do you do it?
Yeah, no, and you know the great thing that I love about this industry, though, I was a very negative individual when I started in this business. I mean, I was just miserable. You know, working 60 hours a week as a truck driver, it was crazy, and just broke. And I was very negative. But one of the things that I really loved about this industry was personal development. When I came into this business and started to realize over time how leaders think, how business people think. You know, like Lance brought up Jim Rohn. You got Zig Ziglar out there, John Maxwell. You got all these people that really I started feeding my mind with how to control my attitude, how to control my mindset, how to not live in the problem. You know, you can't control politics. You can't control what the presidency does. There are things out of your control that most people in our population actually focus on until they make that last trip to their grave. And you understand, you can only control what you can control. Everything else you should not even worry about. But you see, people immerse themselves into these things. And when they do that, they fail. They fail. They make their lives much more harder that way. You see, this business is a mindset. You have to be able to come into this. You have to stick close with your entrepreneurs, and you got to follow the system, follow what's being suggested to you. And yeah, I want to just put that out there because fast forward to today, I'm a much different person now. I mean, do I get pissed off sometimes? You better believe it, man. People drive me nuts. Absolutely. But the difference with things now is that I'm like, wait, hold on a minute. What just happened here? I take a minute to think about it, take it in, and let it marinate in my head for a little bit, and really look at it and say, you know what really happened is not a big deal. Why give it any energy? And see, that's the difference between someone who can move forward at the speed of light versus someone who is stuck in the past. You see, you can't bring your past into your present, because if you do that, your present becomes your past. You got to leave your past behind you, and you got to continue living the moment. You got to be in the moment. Like I'm in the moment right now. All right? I'm not worrying about that over there, this over here, or anything else. I'm in the moment. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is that's where you need to be, especially if you're in business. You need to be in the moment. You need to align yourself with the right people, and you need to just make it happen. And don't make excuses for failure. You see, the mindset that I'm talking about right now, some of you are probably, what the hell is this guy talking about? But see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't get what I'm saying, you're probably not going to be able to make it in business. You see? Because Lance gets it, Carl gets it, Mark gets exactly what I'm saying, and thousands upon thousands of entrepreneurs that are doing well online making money get it. Because really, making money online is a mind shift. It's not the money, it's the mind shift. If you have the right mind shift, then you can do anything. It's like anything you watch on television, any TV show. You can do what you put your mind to. There's nothing more truer than that. So let me get off my personal development box over here. All right, so we're gonna end this a little early. Anybody want to go ahead and say anything last minute thoughts there?
Yeah, Joe, I'd like to step in for just a second. I just want to reiterate, take the time, get the full information, do the $4.95 application, and take the next step. Go on to the full presentation video, because if you have not done that yet, you have really no clue as to what's going on here. or you have no clue about what is available through this system. So my suggestion is just take that time to do it. And like I said before, we're not getting rich off your $4.95. In fact, we are not even the people that are on this hangout tonight are not even connected. Neither one of us, none of us are probably going to benefit from your joining the business. We are not going to gain anything monetarily. What we do gain is an awesome person to work with if you decide to come join us. But it's not about a monetary gain. It's about working together as a team, and that's one of the incredible things about this ARP platform or system, if you will, is it doesn't depend on you, the individual. There's a support team out there that is absolutely amazing that will step in and teach and train and help your people every step of the way. So educate yourself. Make an educated decision. And it may not be for you, and that's okay because it's not for everybody. But at least get the information. That's the important part. That's all I got to do.
All right, well, I think that's perfect. We should probably just end it right on that note, man. Yeah, click the button below. You'll be taken to the person who referred you. Okay. Fill out your information. Fill out the application. If you get approved, you'll get a text saying that you were approved and what website to go back to. You'll be able to get complete access to auto recruiting platform, learn more, watch a couple of videos, and go ahead and get started if it's a good fit for you. We'd love to have you on our team. And I guess we'll call it a night. Guys, my name is Joe LaBalsamo, and on behalf of Carl Lance and my man from down under over there, have a great evening. We do this every Friday night, and we'll see you next Friday. Take care, everybody.
Good night.
Take care. Good night.